Think about the last book that changed your perspective. Maybe it was a biography that inspired you, a business book that shifted how you think about strategy, a philosophy text that made you question everything. Now think about all the questions you had while reading it, the moments where you wished you could just ask the author what they really meant, the concepts you wanted to explore deeper, the disagreements you wanted to voice, the applications to your specific situation that the book never addressed. All of those questions, they died on the page. Because here's the reality: whether you're reading on Kindle, listening on Audible, or holding a physical book in your hands, you're locked into a fundamentally static experience. The author wrote those words months or years ago. They're frozen in time. The book doesn't know who you are, what you care about, or what you're trying to solve. It can't adapt to your learning style. It can't answer your questions. It can't go deeper when you need it to. You're left with a one-way broadcast, the same exact content delivered to millions of people, regardless of whether you're a beginner or an expert, whether you're reading for inspiration or implementation, whether you connect with stories or data. This is the fundamental limitation of how humans have consumed knowledge for thousands of years. At Pantheon AI, we're not just improving this experience, we're completely reimagining it. We're building Talking Books, the first truly two-way knowledge experience. This is hyper-personalized voice AI that transforms any book, any author, any idea into a living conversation designed specifically for you. Want to understand a complex concept? Ask questions until it clicks. Disagree with an argument. Challenge it and hear the counterpoint. Curious about how an idea applies to your situation? Explore that exact use case. Reading a biography and want to know what that person would say about today's world. Have that conversation. This is knowledge that adapts to you, not the other way around. The vision traces back to something Steve Jobs said in 1985. He talked about the future of computing and admitted he was jealous of the students who got to study under Aristotle, who could ask questions and get real answers, who learned through dialogue instead of monologue. Jobs believed that one day technology would let us ask Aristotle a question. That day's here. Pantheon AI is the knowledge company. We're building the infrastructure for how humanity will learn, explore ideas, and engage with the greatest minds who've ever lived. Our technology delivers the lowest latency voice AI interactions available, powered by an advanced voice cloning pipeline that makes these conversations feel remarkably authentic and natural. This isn't incremental innovation. This isn't a slightly better audiobook. This is the fundamental transformation of knowledge from broadcast to dialogue, from static to dynamic, from one size fits all to infinitely personalized. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why can't I just ask ChatGPT to mimic the author? Isn't this just a chatbot with a prompt? Here's the difference. ChatGPT gives you generic AI reasoning wearing an author costume. You might get an answer, but you're not getting their answer. You're getting a language model's statistical best guess at what sounds plausible, filtered through its training data and safety layers. It doesn't know the author's unpublished thoughts, their private conversations, the nuances of their thinking process, or the experiences that shaped their worldview. We're building something fundamentally different. Our technology goes beyond the published work. We integrate everything to books, yes, but also interviews, speeches, podcasts, private correspondence, biographical context, and the intricate web of ideas that influence their thinking. We build a true knowledge graph of how this person actually reasoned, what they cared about, and how they evolved over time. The voice isn't just synthesized, it's cloned to capture their actual cadence, tone, and speaking patterns. The latency isn't 3 seconds of awkward delay, it's conversation natural, under 500 milliseconds, because we've built the entire stack specifically for real-time dialogue. And the experience isn't text first with voice tacked on, it's voice native from the ground up, designed for the medium where human knowledge transfer has always been most powerful: conversation. This is the difference between a Halloween costume and a digital twin, between a generic approximation and an authentic representation, between asking an AI and actually engaging with the mind behind the work. The way we learn is about to change forever, and Pantheon AI is building that future.